Hello everybody, and welcome to the Beginner to C programming, where I show you how to, program in C. So first you want to get to this website, because it's a nice introductory website. The link is right here, you're going to need that. Once you get there, it says pricing here, and it says sign up. You don't need to do that. In fact, you probably shouldn't. You want to click Try Demo. Okay. Mine defaulted here to guess Z6N. Yours is probably going to ask you for like a name or something. You can just click cancel and it'll give you a default name. But let's get right into it. So you're going to want to make sure that the language is set to C, C++, which mine defaulted to. Sometimes it'll default to C# or Java or Kotlin. Just make sure it's in C++. Change it to C, C++. The next thing we're going to do is get rid of all the C++. So just delete this line right here where it says count. We don't need that. And we also don't need using namespace std. That's a C++ thing also. So we're left with this that we have here. And this is what you're going to see when you start programming for robotics. Now, I can't do anything with the robots here, but we can do the introductory of C, okay? So without further ado, let's get into that. So this right here, where it says return, or let's start with this. Here it says int main. Int main means the function main, which is where everything is executed from, is returning an integer or a number. And everything that main does is kept inside these two brackets. Anything out of here, main doesn't do. Whatever you want to do, nothing happens there. Because main can't see it, so it doesn't exist. And in C and C++, everything is executed from the main function. No matter... And actually, pretty much every language. That's how it works. So, whatever we want to do, we have to do it inside of main. And the main function of main is to return a number. Although it may do more than that, its main design, and keep going with me on this, because this is a big difference that a lot of people don't get. Its main function is to return an integer. No matter what it does, it has to return an integer. So that's what it does. Now, there are all sorts of different things. Like, if you changed this to char main, then it would have to return a character. Let's say A. If you change this to, let's see now, float main, it would have to return a float, which is just another number. It's a bigger number. However, most compilers are pretty picky about this. It is custom, and custom is very important in programming. So you return an integer, and a lot of compilers won't even let you change that. Including the one we use at robotics, you really shouldn't change that, because it'll make it go crazy, and I don't like when it does that. So from there, now that we understand that, and if you don't, you should pause this video and try to think about it, because it's crucial that you understand that. for your further understanding of programming in general. But let's assume that you guys all understand that. Now, we can declare more functions. And the foundation of a programming language is just to declare and create functions. Otherwise, you can't use a programming language unless it's a scripting language. But that's different. So one of the functions that is in the IOStream library, and you see that IOStream, it says include IOStream. And what this means is, it just means this IOStream library is another C file that you can't see that contains the definition to a bunch of different functions. One of those functions is called printf. And what printf does is it writes something or prints something, hence the name, to the screen. So if we want to print hello, or better yet, let's print some Greek. Oh. Ya. Su. Yeah, so let's print some Greek. There we go. What the heck? Sorry, my keyboard isn't in Greek, so this is weird for me. No. S? There? No. H. No. Okay, whatever. We'll just do that. Yeah. I mean, just replace this Greek for whatever you want to do. And then, when you click Run, this will print the thing to the screen that you want it to print. So in my case, it was ya. In my case, it was Greek. Replace this with whatever you want. Now, make sure, if your program is not compiling properly, make sure you have these quotation marks. What these quotation marks mean is that it's a string. And strings are important because strings are words. And printf only works with strings and integers and booleans. Otherwise, it doesn't know what you're talking about. These two quotation marks help printf to understand that what you want to print is a string and that that string should say hello. Or, in my case, it was ya, but hello. So you guys can all run that now. And when you run that, you see you get the answer. If you're wondering how I get back this again, just click enter and it'll come back. Okay, so we've gone over that. Next thing we should go over is comments. Comments are important because they allow you to see what you want and define a program without the compiler reading it. So comments are declared by double slashes. So just type 2 slashes and type whatever you want. It doesn't matter because the compiler doesn't see it. Okay? See that works out? However, with the 2 slashes, you realize you can only go one line. You can't go multiple. So let's say I wanted to make a multi-line comment. The way I do that is I do a slash and then a star and say hello world. you can see this is all commented out because it's gray. Now this won't work in the robot compiler, and the robot one it's green, but same thing. And if I run this, you see that the only thing that prints out is hello. This doesn't show, this doesn't show. The language completely ignores that. Okay. So now that we understand the some basic commands, you should go and watch my next tutorial, which really gets into using different commands and loops in particular and functions, which you will learn what those are in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.